Hello, my name is Eric Normand, and I teach closure at purelyfunctional.tv. This is my vlog, where I talk about the basics of business. I do this to remind myself to focus on the basics. It's so easy to overcomplicate things, easy to get distracted by things when mostly business is about finding something that works and just executing repeatedly on it. So I'm actually working on two things at the moment. One is to make purelyfunctional.tv the most comprehensive closure training site available. And the second thing is I'm trying to make functional programming more mainstream. And I really should now that I say it like that, I should come up with a better statement. Better statement of that. It used to be that I was trying to build myself as an authority in functional programming, but I don't like that mission is so me focused. Actually, now that I think about it, my other one is me focused too, to make purelyfunctional.tv the most comprehensive. Maybe it's something like teach 10,000 people closure or something like that. Okay, I mean, you never get these things nailed down just right. So I might have to go back to the drawing board on those. Okay, so let me talk about the two things. Right now, I've got a course in the works. This is one of the basics that I'm talking about. I've learned this recently. If I produce courses, it reduces churn and it increases signups. So when I make a course, I have a subscription service that you can subscribe to learn closure, and it's sort of an all-you-can-eat buffet of videos. And so someone who's subscribed for a while, they have probably seen all the videos they want to see. And so why keep subscribing for $49 a month? They are probably going to think about leaving if there's no new content. So if I make content for them, they're more likely to stay around. That's number one. Number two is by making content, I have a lot more stuff to talk about. There's a lot more stuff for me to say in my newsletter about the course. And if someone's interested in it, they look at the price of the course and they look at the cost of a monthly membership, and they say, oh, I'll just get a monthly membership. It gives me access to all this other stuff as well. And so I just thought of something that I think would be a good idea. I think that that makes a lot of sense. Having more content, new content for someone who used to be subscribed, or for someone who's like, I don't see anything for me. Boom, now there's something new. It's going to get more people. So I'm making this course. It's always so hard to get into recording. I recorded one lesson today. It was about half an hour. I actually had to do 2 takes. I tried to do something in 1 take, but there were just a lot of unexpected things that happened during, I was coding and things happened, and so I said, well, I'm going to redo it. It's faster to just redo it than it is to edit it. I've learned that when you edit, it seems like it should take less time, but editing takes a long time. So it's a half-hour video. It could take 2 hours to edit. Or I could just redo it without all the problems, and it takes another half hour. So it's faster to just get it right. Obviously the first time, but even if you have to do it a second time, you just do it again. Now, usually if there are little problems, I try to incorporate them into it. So I just say, "Oh, I didn't expect that. I made a mistake." I think that it makes it more real, makes it one thing that people often complain about with programming content is that they don't see people. They see experts who have like pre-written the code and they're just typing it in and talking about it. They make it look so effortless and easy, and they don't see the actual process. So I tried to leave those things in. Now, if I hit a roadblock or something and it's like a big distraction from the point I'm trying to make, I don't like to leave it in. That's what happened this time. I've got a few more lessons planned. I don't know if I'll get to them today. It would be nice. I don't know if I'm procrastinating or what. This stuff, it's hard to get into these things. Once I'm in it, once I got the momentum, it's so easy. I'm looking at this plan, and I'm just not motivated to do it. I feel, though, having done one that's a half hour long is a pretty good victory for today. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I still have to upload it and get it published, and then I will be able to talk about it in my newsletter. And that'll be it. That'll just basically be the end of that. Move on to the next one. Oh, look at my hair. Okay, so the other thing I'm working on is, so I got my my assistant. I've had a talk with him about doing all the SEO analysis. It's very valuable work. The main problem I'm having with it is that his English isn't great, and his command of the technical jargon is almost non-existent. And so a lot of the analysis is, oh, we need a better title. Can you do that? And that's exactly what I asked him to do. I said, I need to do that. Just send it my way. But it's so much easier to do the analysis and realize we could have a better title, we could have a better description, than it is to actually do that, to actually do the description, to write a new one. That he's generating so much work for me, and it's a distraction in the sense that there's much more important work that I should be doing. And, it makes me think about whether I need someone else who is a native English speaker, and preferably a programmer who is into Clojure. I mean, that would be awesome. I have my doubts about being able to find someone like that who wants to work in copywriting and not programming. They're not going to make as much. You know what I mean? If they know how to program, they could make a lot of money programming. But I'm going to ask them to write text about Clojure. I don't know. Okay, so that's that. That's that. So I've got him working on keywords right now, because if we had a list of keywords that were handpicked about Clojure or functional programming that have a lot of searches, there's a lot of options that generates. One is obviously to write something about them and try to rank for those keywords. You know, typical content marketing, SEO, like strategic work. But then also just more passively, because that does create a lot of work for me. When I look at these keywords, I'm like, oh, I could write this article and that article and that kind of that's not what I want to be doing right now. But there are some, let me say, more strategic keywords that get a lot of searches that might not require so much of my personal writing. So here's an example. We found that the search term functional programming languages gets between 6,000 and 7,000 searches per month, which is a pretty good keyword. That's for such a specific term. And looking at the other results that pop up for that term, they're pretty bad. Like none of them. One of them's the Wikipedia article, which is a pretty authoritative piece. But it lists so many functional programming languages. It's not the ones that a person should learn, like they're experimental languages, they're research languages, they're very small communities. No one is making companies in them, so you're not going to get a job in them. And then some of them have like five functional programming languages to learn, and you look at them and they're not functional languages. It's like Python and JavaScript. No, those are not functional languages. So I feel like there's a big opportunity, a hole we could fill there, where we do talk about these are the major players right now in the functional programming languages space. So that would be Clojure, Scala, Haskell, Elm, Elixir, the ones that people are actually making companies in, that there are jobs for, that are getting a lot of traction, the communities are growing, that have a shot at being like in the top 50 languages. F#, there are a bunch of them out there. And just giving each one a treatment, this is the platform it runs on, this is the website, this is a tutorial, this is what the code looks like, this is what people are using it for. Just those kinds of basic facts about it, and just doing that for each of the 13. A lot of it's just copy-paste research. A lot of it I could do asleep because it's very easy stuff. And just making a page. And I think we've got 13 right now that we're kind of looking at, that functional languages. And a page like that is very related to the goal of being a comprehensive functional programming site. And it's an easy post to make. So we've done that before. We've done it with the functional programming podcasts. We've done it with functional programming conferences. And just being able to give a comprehensive list of these things is a useful tool for the community. It's easy to rank for. No one else is claiming this space, so we're going to claim it. Okay. Now, there's a third thing, which is a lot of these keywords would make great podcast topics. And I'm already doing a podcast, and I'm always looking for topics. So why not, right? Like, it seems like a no-brainer to just have a list of these that I don't know if my podcast episodes are ever going to rank for these things, but stuff people are looking for, people might link to it, and who knows, right? Who knows? but it is stuff that people are interested in, so it's a good thing. Some of them, though, I feel like do deserve a real treatment, like the term "what is functional programming." I think that is a very clear question. Probably from a beginner, you could easily do a 2,000-page guide to it, and just really dominate the traffic there, dominate the search engine results. You can have videos about it. There's just a ton you could do there. And I'm just not ready to do that yet. I think it'd be really cool if we had someone else to work on it. That's actually something I've been thinking about is, right now it's kind of a personality business that I've got. I know how to write posts. I know how to make courses. I know the topics, and it's all based on my style, people's trust in me, that kind of thing. It's a personality business. If I disappeared, it would just kind of coast on what's already out there. And it would be nice to have something that could grow independently of my output. So what would that look like? I don't know. Maybe I could contract out some articles to people, some courses to people who are experts already in topics, and I could be there with them making the course. And who knows? I don't know. I'm not big enough yet to experiment with that kind of thing. I don't feel like, in the sense of like the revenue I'm making could not pay for someone else to work on that. So I'm focusing more on the things I know are working, which is me making content. Until I've I don't know, exhausted that or what, I'm not sure. Okay. Let's talk about my second goal, which is to make functional programming more mainstream. I'm writing a book, and that book is getting close to being published in early access, and that will be the first 3 chapters. At the moment, there are 19 planned chapters, so it's about 1/6, a little more than 1/6 of the book is going to be published soon. And I just got started an email thread with someone about this is the marketing person from my publisher, and she just wants to talk and get get some marketing going on the book, which is cool because I would like to sell it. I would like it to do well. So that's good. We're also doing a review of the book, meaning they send it to some people who like to read early versions of manuscripts, and they might be experts in functional programming. They might be just familiar with it, and they give their opinions on, how the book could be better, what I'm missing, that kind of thing. And so we're going to do 6 chapters to the review. And I've got a few changes to make to chapters 4 and 5, and probably to 6, but I don't have those changes given to me yet. So I'm about to do that after this video. What else can we talk about? I mean, I think that's it. I just have to get this book out. That's my main thing right now. I think that the book is my main focus in the realm of becoming an authority and making functional programming more mainstream. This book, I put a ton of work in it. It's been over a year, and we're finally getting the first 3 chapters out. I think I've talked about this before, but I've written multiple versions of the first few chapters and threw them away looking for the style that I've got now. And it just took a while. It took, I was, I don't know, stubborn. I wasn't seeing maybe I wasn't listening, but I went down the wrong path, and my editor was trying to steer me, and I just wasn't being steered until about January. And so what's good, the positive thing is that since January, so really the end of January, let's just call it February. So it's July now, started in February. So February, March, April, May, June, it's the beginning of July now. In 5 months, I've got 6 chapters ready. 3 of them are like this close. I mean, it's just like little edits that I have to make, and I'm about to make them. That's pretty good. Once the process that we have going became clear and the style became clear, it was pretty quick. Just took a while to get all of it together. And so looking at 19 chapters, if I've got 6 of them, I mean, maybe a year. Ugh, that sounds so long. Maybe 10 months. We'll see. Also, the chapters are going to change. The table of contents is going to change for sure. Oh, we're already starting to work on that. All right. Don't have any real insights this time in this vlog, but that's okay. So it's really just about me talking about the process, what I'm working on, and focusing on what's important, getting the important stuff as my priority. Okay, thank you, everybody. I'll see you next time.